And that. Like doesn't have. It's like that have all they have, you know, to the party and stuff, you know, I'd be bad. Yeah.
Yeah. For a bathroom stand. We're on our way back. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I how was you? I don't see it's all white. when you got your kids. Oh, yeah, we have matching.
That's where they're all like, okay.
Well,
They do it.
I can't imagine. I mean, I remember Aaron, yeah, they said, people would say, oh, it's good at school. Yeah. That was my favorite. Especially great. There's I mean, I go make nice. You guys will get up with my actions. That's the case. Got my is I guess to run the election. So that's the name of the gas.
It's like summer, the next month to be a little slower. That's nice. That's so hot. Slapped you in the face. No, really, it's very fast. It's pretty wonderful for us to say, oh, that's better. If wonderful. If I run a shot, I feel like I don't think it's never gone. Get the senior on spot.
It's amazing.
The people around me saw it.
Yeah, it's from.
Survivors was that there's like the they call this path that goes out there. That came right through our area. We went through hour and a half way out. So it was.
Yeah, that's my, I'm not.
Okay, yeah. But it has a clear on air database.
That's not very long.
Yeah. So you're like, last time you were here.
I just want to wait that much. I'm saying, yeah, no, it's so.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Please, I'm done.
Well, not much of a drinker, so.
Just waiting for me. So we have to here. It's back. So waiting for her.
Mike is the only. Grenade. We have a problem.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I'll forget.
It's just. Super light bunch. That they were fifty. Mark, you like social. However, you guys. You come on. The other one. It's fine.
Rather than such a
And so you guys, did you fly up or did you?
weeks ago, I think, so the same thing, and daughter and son,
I'm like, I'm the opposite. I said, well.
It's fine, maybe. It's like, when I was thinking about trying to find her, I said, Nobody has the. And choices. All she wants. My forces. It's like. I think smart to be sugar. We're not the same again. Yeah, let's see that.
She gets to celebrate the meeting.
Sorry.
We have her occupied outside, but she can be very. Yeah.
Right. It's me. I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
It doesn't always happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Sorry.
All out of the bag anyway.
Yeah. There's only seven mistakes. I think good. Let me chat to make sure everybody can hear everything okay.
Fair enough. So what I do?
Aaron, yes. Yes, we can hear.
Great.
Anything?
What do you think about that?
Probably making it harder to see. But
I think we're going to set that off, but yeah.
I'm gonna raise and see.
Sure.
This meeting is being recorded.
Sunshine. I love you.
Recording in progress.
These are just such a thing that we can talk.
Good afternoon, friends. We can start with a nice thank you to Jacqueline. Wonderful music. Those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Mike McCrae, a longtime friend and colleague of Tom, the great man that we're here to honor this afternoon. On behalf of Sharon, Megan, Aaron, Paul, and their families, I want to extend a warm welcome to all who are here with us this afternoon from near and far. And to Sharon the case, I know I speak for everyone in this room and from far lands everywhere in saying how grateful we are to be here, that you're part of our lives, and to be here with you together as we pay tribute to our dear friend, Tom. It wasn't easy, but I promised Sharon that I'd keep my remarks under 2 hours. Probably should jump right in. Honestly, it's Sharon, and to you and your family, it's a real privilege to play a small part in today's memorial and to share some personal reflections on what Tom meant to me, to probably many of you who in this room, and really to humankind. We have come to pay tribute and bid farewell to a teacher and scholar of the highest caliber, a clinician of unsurpassed acumen, a man of utmost integrity. He's a quiet yet insightful leader. He taught with superb eloquence and wit that were equaled only by his unending humility and compassion. He's a common man with uncommon gifts, given freely to make others feel recognized and empowered. His example has touched countless lives and lives on in our own aspirations. Today, we salute him and the legacy that he leaves. Those are actually not my words, but Tom's. It's a tribute he prepared nearly 30 years ago in honor of one one of his own mentors. That passage from Tom 3 decades ago was really foreshadowing of the incredible legacy he leaves behind, not just among us gathered in this room here today, but in the lives of everyone he touched during this time here on earth. As I take in this amazing setting, I'm struck by how today personifies a place and the people of the many Toms. A farmer to seminarian, accomplished scholar to master craftsman, the man who ran the hills and sailed the waters of the Great Lakes, but most admirably as a loving husband, father, and friend. All the many Toms are represented in some small way through each of us here today. Sharon and I had a little laugh. She was visiting us last weekend. That occurred to me this morning. It might end up being the only topic up for debate here this afternoon. And that is, I think this will resonate with all. Everybody thought Tom was their best friend. Or more appropriately, Tom had a way of making everybody think they were his best friend. He was too kind to rank us. And of course, he'd be just fine with each and every one of us laying claim to the title of bestie today. I'm honored to be here with everyone, and I'm looking forward to sharing many stories and memories with you this afternoon. I'd now like to welcome Tom's brother Mike to come and share his reflections with us.
Paul told me in 2 minutes. Tom was in the middle in our family. 2 older and 2 younger siblings grew up in the 1950s and 60s. They came to Sweet Farm. Tom and I were roommates. The 2 kids with allergies to grain dust. We shared a bedroom in the basement where it was cool enough that you could keep the windows closed during harvest. Air conditioning in those days in Kansas was just open windows and Kansas breeze. Grain dust allergies determined that we weren't going to be farmers. Brothers Ken and Dave carried on the legacy of farming. Tom, Susan, and I ended up in the health sciences. Tom was good at everything he did. I remember him on the Little League team in grade school. He could ride a feeder calf back in the barnyard, though he got his front teeth broken off. He got kicked in the mouth. He was a good husband, father, uncle, and brother. In his profession, he was a scholar, mentor, teacher, clinician, and colleague. Many of you here in attendance. He became a sailor. Recently, while I was reading a book set in Edinburgh, Scotland, I came across a poem written by Robert Burns. This is song that his friend. I think it fits this okay. I shared it with Sharon, and I'd like to share it with you. It's called Epitaph on My Own Friend. An honest man, her lies at rest, and her God with his image blessed. Friend of man, the friend of truth, the friend of age, and guide of youth. 2 hearts like his, with virtue warm, 2 heads with knowledge so informed. There is another world he loves in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of us. Thanks for being his friends.
The definitive authority on our family law is my sister Susan. Is gonna share some.
I'd like to first say that it's an honor for me to speak about my brother Tom. I'm the youngest to come after 5 boys to Melvin and Lorraine Hampton. And I'm sure my older brothers have a lot of stories of their own to tell about Tom, but here are some of my memories. We grew up on a farm 6 miles from our grade school in Belpre and 11 miles from where we got groceries in Larned, Kansas. In those days, we didn't just readily go to town, but rather made our lists and went to town when we needed. My siblings were my first friends, and our family farm was our playground, as it afforded us many ways to entertain ourselves. We had a variety of places to play hide and seek, searching not only for each other, but also finding and gathering eggs or discovering newborn kittens in the hayloft of our farm. I don't know how much our parents encouraged Tom's imagination, but they didn't stifle it either. Tom's imagination could thrive on the farm, and it was because of him that we had built bike trails within the tree shelter belts, complete with dirt ramps, and he designed tunnels that we dug in the ground, covered with boards and then dirt, and then we could crawl into another room. So it was fun. On windy days, Tom devised sails to go on our bicycles, and we would let the wind blow us for miles, just hoping that Mom and Dad would come pick us up so we would pedal backwards back against the wind. I remember Tom having an early interest in science too. Our parents gave him a chemistry set, complete with a microscope. And if I recall correctly, it came with some slides that were already made up and others that he could create himself. His brothers and I were avid observers to the experiments that he could come up with. Tom had an adventurous spirit, and I remember visiting our uncle's farm near Spearville, Kansas, and going out into their pasture to hunt for arrowheads. A portion of the Santa Fe Trail went through the pasture, and it was an ideal place to find arrowheads. An old stock tank was our swimming. Tom carried with him from the farm his ability to be able to fix anything that was broke. Not always with the right parts, but with the parts he had him. Tom's adventurous spirit continued into adulthood. With his young family, he would go on many travels to see various places of beauty in Wisconsin and throughout the United States. As his family got older, Tom and Sharon traveled the world, fascinated by all the various cultures and returning with ideas for his own home. In college, he became intrigued with the human brain and obtained